This is the presentation for the paper on eliciting a sense of self when integrating with computers. Recent human-computer interaction research has highlighted a new paradigm that moves from traditional command-response interaction towards an integration of technology with the human body. This goal includes integration on multiple levels. Physical integration, where technology is either placed inside or on the body. Functional integration, where technology takes part in a cognitive function to either assist or restore that function. Or experiential integration, where technology becomes part of the user's conscious experience of either themselves and the world by being felt a certain way. For instance, if you're painting, you want to feel like you're the one doing the task yourself, not the technology. Research has shown that physically or functionally integrating systems does not necessarily lead to an experiential integration. In particular, researchers have found that physically and functionally integrated technologies are typically experienced as something other in the sense that they are either reflectively controlled by the user, such as when using a smartphone to control a prosthetic arm while painting, which is not the way that we experientially control our biological arms, or feel completely autonomous, such as wearing a robot that automatically paints for you, which is experientially similar to not having it integrated at all. This experience of technologies as other can have severe consequences on users' well-being and system usage. For instance, physical and cognitive integration systems such as electrical muscle stimulation, prosthesis, brain implants, and virtual reality systems have been shown in some cases to create unpleasant, disembodied, or dissociative experiences, despite being able to increase functionality and performance. Researchers argue that experientially integrating such systems with users' self-experience could eliminate dissociation while increasing protective behavior and availability expectations of the integration. But sadly, there is currently no consensus among human-computer integration researchers as to what it means for technology to integrate with the user's self-experience and how one could design for such experiential integration. To get closer to answering these questions, we believe the field could benefit from research on self-experience from phenomenology and cognitive science. In phenomenology and cognitive science, we find that self-experience is often described as taking two possible forms depending on users' reflective and pre-reflective awareness. Reflective awareness is the structure that, through attention, concentrates or focalizes our experience of things and enables us to monitor and control them in high detail, while pre-reflective awareness is the thin, minimal awareness of bodily feelings and worldly phenomena we have before we do any reflecting on our experience. These two types of awareness are found to cause two distinct types of self-experience: reflective self-judgments and pre-reflective sense of self. Self-judgments are the perceptual, emotional, and conceptual interpretation of oneself based on one's past experiences, regardless of how one actually looks, behaves, thinks, or is. Sense of self, on the other hand, is a pre-reflective sense that the body moving or the thoughts formed in one's mind are one's own and not anybody else's. In neuropathologies that involve memory loss, self-judgments are typically impaired, while a sense of self remains intact. We find that self-judgments and sense of self are often conflated in HCI literature, and that separating these two notions can help researchers create novel and better calibrated applications. For instance, specifically targeting users' self-judgment can be done to help them perceive themselves differently so that they change their behavior, while specifically targeting a sense of self can be done to help users feel present in an integration or empowered. To elicit a sense of self, research reveals three main factors for designers to consider. First, a sense of self has been found to be generated from and sustained by sensory information such as tactile and visual feedback and multisensory correlation between the integration and real body. Second, a sense of self is more likely to be elicited short-term if the shape of the integration fits closely with the user's body. Eliciting a sense of self over non-anthropomorphic integration might also be possible long-term, but more research in this area is needed. Third, a sense of self has been found to arise when the expected sensory outcomes match real sensory outcomes with less than 200 milliseconds of delay. But how can we be sure that a technology has actually elicited a sense of self? Questionnaires that evaluate sense of self have been criticized for relying on the user's reflective self-judgments, as they generate results that are influenced by users' beliefs. This hinders an unbiased assessment of the pre-reflective aspects of experience and makes it hard to tell if the results are about users' self-judgment or sense of self. To go beyond this challenge, we argue for using phenomenological mixed methods approach that combines physiological data and questionnaire data with phenomenological interviews. In a phenomenological interview, the interviewer actively questions the user's experience of a technology with open how questions to go beyond their reflective reports and reveal their pre-reflective experience in as precise detail as possible. For instance, if a user reports that a device is experienced like an extension of themselves, asking further questions could reveal whether that experience is conceptual, emotional, or perceptual self-judgment, with statements like, "It is attached to me, so it must be me," or "My doctor told me it's me." Instead, it could reveal also whether it's a pre-reflective sense of self, eliciting statements like, "I feel my heel land," or "It just happens intuitively without much thought." The results can then be subsequently analyzed and correlated with physiological and quantitative data to get a broader and more precise perspective on the self-experience of an integration. Our paper expands the focus on physical and functional integration and human-computer integration to include experiential integration. Our framework aims to help researchers evaluate and strengthen the sense of self in systems that can augment human capabilities. We hope an increased focus on experiential integration with regards to self-experience will motivate future work and support researchers within human-computer integration to consistently and systematically investigate self-experience of users while taking the first-person perspective of human-computer integration systems seriously.